At this point, you've made your academic plan, so you know what classes it is that you want to take for your future. Now you need to contact your advisor, and then finally part 3 is registering for classes. So to find your academic advisor, when you're on your homepage of Carteret Compass, click Student Planning, and then go to step 2 that says Go to Plan and Schedule. You're going to see all those tabs at the top. We talked about the timeline tab in the previous video. Now we have the advising tab here. When you click advising, the name of your advisor is going to appear underneath my advisor. Now you may have multiple advisors, so if you're enrolled in multiple programs of study, you may have more than one, or if you're in Trio may be listed as an advisor as well. To email your advisor, you can either click on their name from this screen, or my suggestion is just open up your email and type their name when you're composing a new message, and their email should appear. I would not use this notes feature here, because unless your advisor is logging into Carteret Compass and searching you by name, they're not going to see any of the notes that you have written. So make sure that you email them through your Microsoft email account, and then you will copy me, your ACA instructor, to get credit for that portion of this project. Now, when you are ready for your advisor to approve those classes, after you send them an email, you're going to hit Request Review right here. It's going to be a button in the top right-hand corner. Remember, just again, that you are to copy me on the email that you send them, or if you have emailed them previously in the semester, just forward me a copy of your previous correspondence. If you have never emailed your advisor before, if you look under lesson resources for this module, I'm giving you templates that you can feel free to modify, use. If you'd rather type your own, that's completely fine as well. So the first template is a university transfer student. The second template is for our applied sciences and health sciences student. And the third template is for you to set up an advising appointment. So you can choose which one works best for you. As I have mentioned previously, would strongly suggest you going and meeting your advisor in person. It is so much easier to work out your schedule face-to-face than it is trying to work it out online. Now, once your advisor has approved your classes, you're ready to go in, choose those sections, and actually register. Again, everything leading up to this point is just the planning piece of it. So once you're ready to register for that next semester, you're going to go back to that button that says Go to Plan and Schedule after you hit Student Planning. You're going to see the first tab here says Schedule. Now, when you click the Schedule tab, it's going to open up your current semester. So if you want to register for the next semester, you're going to arrow over to the right-hand side, and that's going to bring you to the next semester. You should already see the courses that you have planned here. So if you've already planned for next semester, at this point, you're just hitting View Other Sections, and that drop down is going to give you every section of that class that's being offered. Now you notice this class at the top, if it says no sections available, that means you have chosen that class for the wrong semester and you need to move it on your timeline to a future semester. Again, once you hit that drop down that says View Other Sections, you get to choose which section works for you. You're going to have seated options for most classes, and you're going to have online options for most classes. Make sure you pay attention to what dates they're being offered. There are some classes that start at the very beginning of the semester and are 16 weeks long. There are other classes that are 12 weeks or 14 weeks or 8 weeks, so make sure you're actually reading the description of the section that you're choosing. I do want to mention that on that screen you can, so if I go back one, you can X out of these classes too. So if you want to completely take it off for that semester, or if you choose a section and it's added to your calendar right here on the right hand side, let's say you decide to do a different section, you can just X out of it and choose something different. So again, once you add that section here, that's going to bring you to this screen. As long as your instructor has approved of those classes for you to take, you're going to have this button up here at the top right that says Register Now. Once you hit Register Now, your courses are going to turn from yellow to green. Green means that you are holding a seat in that class. You are now registered. If your courses are still appearing as yellow, That course is just planned. You are not holding a seat in the class. So that's how you can just reassure yourself, okay, am I actually in this class? As long as they are appearing on your calendar as being green, you are officially registered. Now, what happens if you change your mind? That is completely fine to change your mind about your schedule. You can change classes on your own in Carteret Compass up until the day that classes start. Now, keep in mind, if you decide to completely change courses, so if you go from like, I don't know, Soc 210 to Psych 150, your advisor now has to approve Psych 150. If you just, however, change times of the classes, so maybe instead of 9:30, you want to take it at 11, your advisor doesn't have to approve that. You can go in and make that adjustment yourself. Now, within the first week of classes, usually within the first 3 or 4 days that classes have started, your advisor can do drop add. You can't do it on your own in Carteret Compass, but you can reach out to your advisor and they can drop and add classes for you. After those first couple of days of the semester, you do have to use a drop form to drop classes. So you want to make sure that you reach out to your academic advisor, get a copy of a drop form, and they can assist you with dropping classes. Just some general tips for scheduling classes for your next semester. Challenge yourself, but be realistic. During a fall or spring semester, full-time is considered 12 credit hours. 12 credit hours, 15 credit hours, typically average for a full-time student. Granted, you certainly can be part-time here, so if you need to take less than 12, you can. Any more than 15 credit hours, you have a very challenging semester. So just be careful. During the summer, 1 to 2 classes is typical. Keep in mind your summer semester is 8 weeks, so you're taking a 16-week class and cramming it into an 8-week format. So you don't want to do 12 credit hours in the summer. That's just not feasible. So 1 or 2 is plenty. Be aware of your learning styles and habits. So if you sign up for an 8 a.m. class, are you a morning person? Are you going to get there on time? If you have a 1 day a week night class, are you going to be motivated enough to get there? Just know how you are, know your learning styles and your habits. Make a balance between core courses and elective courses. All of our degree programs have electives. I would mix those in with your core courses so you're not just taking 1 semester of core and 1 semester of electives. You want to have a balance of both. Make sure you make time for your extracurricular commitments. If you know you're working certain days of the week, make sure that you're picking classes on the opposite days, or if you need to take online, for example, just make sure you're making your outside commitments and your school, make sure you're making those balance with each other. You can certainly reach out to the instructor beforehand and ask for a copy of the syllabus, or just ask that instructor a little bit more about what the work is going to be like or what the expectations in the course is going to be like, especially if you have a heavy semester. You want to prioritize your classes based upon how many sections are available. So what I mean by that, let's say you're registering, for example, math and psychology. Math has only 2 or 3 sections available for their particular classes, whereas psychology usually has upward of 10 to 12 sections available. Well, then schedule your math first and then schedule your psychology around it. So always schedule your classes with less offerings first, and then you can find other classes to fit in around that time. When in doubt, reach out to your advisor. This is why I would really encourage you to meet with them in person. They are here to help you. They're helping you make this schedule, make this plan, and helping you be successful. I will be providing you my feedback as well on your academic plan. You can certainly ask me questions, but I really want you to utilize your academic advisor.